of that on the line today as Augustana and Minnesota-Duluth will tip off. The Vikings win the tip, and true freshman Armand Lewis will get us going. Lewis now into Caden Hinker. Hinker, the 6'7" big man, back out to Lewis. 6 on the shot clock. Graves has to go to work. Now inside to Caden Kirkman. Kirkman, the follow-away jumper, too strong. Rebound to Hinker. And he'll toss it back out to Lewis and will reset. Armand Lewis, a true freshman. He was inserted into the starting lineup midway through the year by Tom Billiter to kind of move Jaden Graves a little more off the ball. And it's paid dividends, Freddie, as Graves will pull up for the 3. Rattles in and out. But Lewis, Coach Billiter says he's pass first, pass first, pass first. He loves to get guys going.
But he's a water bug point guard, meaning that he plays fast and he plays quick. And talking about fast and quick, a good pass by Katona there down to Andrews. Misses the layup, but gets fouled and has a chance to go to the free throw line to try to get 2.
Minnesota-Duluth, of course, top 5 in a number of categories. You see there, Katona to Andrews. He's fouled. This Minnesota-Duluth team, like we mentioned at the top of the show, made a run to the Elite 8 a year ago as Andrews catches the first free throw. Justin Wick, a native of North Liberty, Iowa. He was a walk-on at the University of Iowa in 2004, eventually earned a scholarship as a senior. He is a basketball junkie through and through as Andrews is short on the second free throw. But Justin Wick, one of those guys where he looks unassuming, but he's got a fire on him when you watch him coach on the sidelines. As Kirkland's reverse layup, no good. Rebound to Josh Brown, and now he'll push. Brown back to Middleton. Jack Middleton's 3 is good. Jack Middleton is in the scorebook. First three-pointer of the game.
And that's what Jack Middleton can do. He can catch and shoot with some of the best of them. When his feet are flat and he's ready to knock a shot down, it's a high percentage shot for him.
Hinker, 18-footer is pure. Caden Hinker on the board for the Vikings. Back and forth we go.
He had that offensive rebound in that first possession, and he has a nice little mid-range game to him. But Caden Hinker is one of those bigs in this league that are really skilled, that can do a lot around the rim.
Middleton tries again off on the 3. Rebound to Fink. Fink averages just over 7 rebounds a game. Coach Billiter says that rebounding was a focus for Isaac coming into the season. Of course, his name is Isaac. They call him Ike. And what a year he's had, over 20 points per game. And Coach Billiter loves his attitude. He's a hard-working student. He's also a teacher in his off time as Armand Lewis is off on the 3 from the wing. Yeah, Isaac, he's also a teacher when he's not playing basketball, so multifaceted as Katona's reverse layup is good. Charlie Katona, the 2-way phenom for the Bulldogs, is on the board now.
And you're seeing Duluth play with a lot of pace. They're getting that ball off of the rim, and they're pushing. They're trying to get something early with their offense. They have one with Jack Middleton and then Katona right there. So that's the second bucket that they've had in kind of a secondary transition break.
Armand Lewis's floater too strong. Kirkman, the offensive rebound. Kirkman's turnaround no good. Andrews fumbled the rebound a bit, but he gets it back. Now Drew Blair, the leading scorer in the NSIC, will bring it across. Blair, nice pass to cutting Middleton. Now Brown will pass it out to Katona's 3, too strong. Now here come the Vikings. Lewis up to Graves. Graves will launch. Cash. Jaden Graves from 3, shoots over 40%. Second team all NSIC. Senior from Syracuse. I talked to him before the season. He said this year is all about not only making the young guys better, but proving that we belong after kind of an in-between year last year as Austin Andrews' hook shot is good. But Graves said that this team had a lot to prove this year. They were picked 5th in the conference, ended up finishing 7th. They got off to a really slow start this year, Freddie, but they turned it around. They've won 12 of their last 15 games. 2 of those wins coming against ranked teams, the most recent being Minnesota State Moorhead.
Yeah, and they've been playing well because they bought into their roles, and they're just trying to find themselves, right? We talk about Graves, and we talk about Fink. Those are the seniors, but the freshmen and sophomores that are really identifying themselves of what they can do to help these teams be good. And Graves and Fink are just the 2 catalysts for it. And we talked about, Duluth playing fast and wanting to play out in transition. That's what Augustana likes to do. They're going to push that ball up fast, quick, and try to get some early shots up if they can.
Fink's jumper no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it will go to UMD. Minnesota-Duluth, they're a team that when you look at them, you talk about they're a bunch of old dudes. They don't run away from that label. They know that they've played together for a very long time. Combined, all 5 starters for this Minnesota-Duluth team, more than 7,700 points. Every single starter on this Minnesota-Duluth team has scored more than 1,000 points. So
when you look at the history of this league, and the teams that normally do well this time of the year are the veteran groups, the teams that have really seasoned, that played a lot of minutes together, and they just have the resume on paper that, you know, they're going to be one of those successful teams, not just in the NSIC tournament, but going forward in the region.
Lincoln Meister, who just checked into the game off on the mid-range jumper. Armand Lewis will come back. Floater in your eye. Armand Lewis on the board now. Back and forth we go. 10-7 ball game.
But that's what Lewis could really do. We talked about him being just a great change of pace. As Graves jumps the passing lane and pulls up for 3 and knocks it down.
This is cash. Jaden Graves, one of the leading three-point shooters in the conference.
He's been so efficient. I mean, he's been playing well. Fink's been playing well, but I mean, Graves is shooting 48% from the three-point line. That's unheard of.
Turnover there forced by Augustana, and now here come the Vikings. All tied up at 10. Graves operating, finds a Koya, the step back 3 is good.
Okay.
Koya, the Sioux Falls native, off the bench for Augustana and into the scorebook. Augie has their first lead of the game.
And they are throwing that thing in there from deep. There's another 3-point from Okoye. Doing a good job on the perimeter, but Katona keeps doing it down low.
Charlie Katona good on the reverse layup. 4 points for him. Now here's Augustana. Fink operating on the right wing. Into Okoye. Jaden Graves, he shoots over 45% from 3. And you see why there. Jaden Graves is automatic. 3 for 3 from 3.
Listen, you know, Charlie Katona, one of the best defenders in this league, right? But sometimes when you're playing against a good offensive player, sometimes you just get got, right? And Jaden Graves is doing that right now, shooting it from the three-point line, getting out in transition, but he's playing with so much confidence, and that's why Augie's up 4.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
You deserve a house that feels like home. At the Furniture Mart, explore made-to-order furniture to create a room that is uniquely yours. For a limited time, get custom-order furniture from England in 45 days or less, or it's free. Top-to-bottom customization gives you total control over your style, all with the best quality. Find everything you need to build your perfect piece at the Furniture Mart. Plus, shop all your favorite furniture and mattress brands in store. The big grand sale is here at the Furniture Mart. Home tailored to you.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
The NSIC basketball tournament on Midco Sports is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the exclusive orthopedic and sports medicine provider of the Vikings.
Back here on Midco Sports between Augustana and Minnesota-Duluth with your BillionAuto.com keys to the game. Freddie, what's it going to take for these two teams to find themselves moving on to the semifinals?
Yeah, Augustana just has to be the aggressor. And early in this first half, you can see that from the jump. They're shooting from 3. They're playing out in transition. They're playing free. So they're doing that in the first 6 minutes of this game. But Minnesota-Duluth, they're a smaller team, right? But they play tough, and they have to win the rebounding war. If you're going to win games in February and March, it's going to come down to that big statistical category of rebounds. And if you're the tougher team, more than likely you come out on top.
Jack Middleton makes both of his free throws. He shoots 97% from the free throw line. One of of the top free throw shooters in the country. And while we have a minute here, let's throw it over to our good buddy Jason Andera. Jason, what do you got?
Hey guys, was just in the huddle with Tom Billiter, and he said, we're not going to change a thing. Keep pushing, though. Keep pushing and just play. So he's very happy with the way things have started. He said he's got to do some work with the refs, but not for them to worry about.
Thank you, Jason. And yeah, Coach Billiter wants his team to play fast. They play at their best when they're running up and down. Let me take another look here at Fink over to Matt Ang, or excuse me, Brady Helgren, who just recently checked in.
But to play fast, it needs to not just come from the point guard, that the person that has the ball, but it really starts with the bigs. You know, with Helgren and then Kirkman as well, like they have to rim run from one rim to the other, because what it does is it makes that defense react. And then it gets your shooters on the lanes, the sidelines, to be able to catch and shoot and stretch that defense. So it's a team effort to play fast. It's not just the person with the ball in their hands, but everybody's got to sprint.
Helgren good on his second free throw. 3-point lead for the Vikings. Just under 13 and a half to go in this first half. Nick Katona, little brother of Charlie Katona, into the game. He's short on the three-pointer there.
But look, they just get that ball off the rim and they're pushing. And Okoye did a good job rim running. That allows some lane lines to dive down and get to the rim. But Augustana's doing a great job so far of just playing with some pace.
Travel there on Helgren inside from the feed by Bennett Otto, who just checked in, the graduate student. Augustana, not the deepest team. Coach Billiter likes to play around, 7, maybe 8 players at the most, but they get a lot of their production from their starting 5, Freddie. As Middleton into the lane working on Otto. 10 seconds on the clock. Katona into the lane. Floater is no good. Okoye the rebound. Now here come the Vikings. Fink operating on Blair. He'll hesitate. Pull up. Short on the 3. Rebound to Helgren. Now over to Graves. Graves double. Looking for help. Found it with Fink. 10 on the shot clock. Fink. Into Okoye. The turnaround. One-legged fadeaway. No good. Rebound to Meister.
And Duluth doing a great job of putting bodies around Fink, understanding that he can score in bunches. So just putting extra bodies around so he can continue to see defenders around him. And that's Drew Blair getting on the score sheet.
Tough finish there by Drew Blair. He's on the score sheet now, his first bucket of the game. And now a turnover. Graves wanted a call, didn't get it. Now Katona will go coast to coast, and he's fouled hard by Graves.
It's a great steal by Katona there. Does a good job of just not, reaching, but he just basically gives him the ball right there. And Graves kind of wanted to foul there, but Katona, great job of just staying in front of the basketball, moving his feet. Great defensive play.
Katona will go to the line, native of Shakopee, Minnesota. Talked with Coach Wick this week, and he said the team is 18-1 when Nick plays. He did miss some time in the middle of the year with an injury. And we got some subs for Augustana. Kirkman will check back in. Hinker will check back in, and into the game for the first time, Sam Wrench, the sophomore guard. But yeah, this Minnesota-Duluth team, they're 18-1 when Nick Katona plays. And Coach Wick says that's no coincidence. He's a winning player. He's not exactly going to wow you when you look at the box score every game, but he's a winning type of player, the type of player that every coach would love to have on their team.
I was just going to say, he's one of those dudes that every coach would dream to have because he's just tough, he's physical, he can shoot it, he does the little things. And it's hard to find kids that just play with the motor. Like, that's a skill set now. Shooting, dribbling, finishing. But playing hard is something that he's done the moment he walked on campus.
Kirkman off on the elbow jumper. All squared up at 17 apiece. As Blair will pop from way downtown, in and out on the 3. Rebound nearly saved by Caleb Cyrek. And now here comes Armand Lewis. The floater is good, and one. Armand Lewis to the line for the old-fashioned 3.
Lewis ain't the biggest in stature, but he got a heart of a lion. He went down there in all the trees and just teardropped it right over Nick Katona. got a little bit of a body. Now he's going to the free throw line, but that's a heck of a finish by a guy that's not the biggest dude that gets down there in the paint.
Armand Lewis averages just under 9 points a game, 3.5 assists, 74% free throw shooter as he misses that +1 attempt.